Hello, my name is Matt Thompson, and this is my game Genesis. All art, scripts, object, music, and concepts are created by myself. The only thing I did not create are the sound effects, which are acquired at freesound.org. In this game, the general concept is that you are playing as a sort of deity in prehistoric times. To start, a few locations are made available, of which you may choose to place your village. Red dots indicate locations that will be available as the game progresses. When the game starts, you have one person you can control. By either clicking on the person himself or on his name to the left, you can select the person. The camera is moving using arrow keys. Zoom out and zoom in buttons are on the bottom, as well as a home button and find the person you are currently selected on. Over on the right, you will see different stats for the character you have chosen, along with buttons that you can use to help those stats. The objective of the game is to keep your people happy, which is done by keeping their stats as high as possible. The happier your people are, the more faith they produce, which is indicated by the number in the blue box at the top of your screen. Also in the stat box, you can see where the person is headed as well. However, clicking on certain objects allows you to send them to that location. The home button allows you to send them back to the fire. Faith can be used to do a couple things. For instance, the lower left allows you to change the weather to sunny or rainy. This allows you to increase your people's heat at the cost of thirst, or vice versa. Another thing that faith allows you to do is create things. The most important one is to create humans. Once you have 100 faith, you can create another person. Doing so will earn you an achievement. Achievements can be viewed in the pause menu. They serve as sort of milestones for play. Now we can see the two people getting along very nicely. If both of their stats are high enough, they will eventually come together to make a baby. This will at first lower their stats, but ultimately is the only way you can increase the size of your village. Babies do not follow your commands, and the other villagers will work hard to try to keep the babies alive, but they do have to also keep themselves alive as well. That noise you've heard is an indication that a wolf attack is about to happen on one of your villagers. Wolves serve as a constant threat that can attack at any time, but more so as you have more and more villagers. At this point, the player can use lightning to find and kill any wolves by smiting them. Eventually, the player will be able to send his villagers to different locations, which can be accessed through the world map button. For now, though, we will stick to our little village in northern Egypt. Now I have skipped ahead to a point much later in the gameplay. As you can see, we now have several villagers, as well as have taught them many skills using the Inspire button. As such, they have built many things on their own: piles of logs, beds, a fire, and clothing. Inspiring requires faith, but ultimately allows your village to progress in scale. At this point in the game, it is more important to take care of your people on a large scale. For instance, creating springs and affecting the weather are much more important than micromanaging them. Because they have more knowledge on building things, they can keep themselves alive more efficiently, and inspiring them to learn more skills will make them better at this. However, as I have said before, wolf attacks are much more common. The player has a few means to help find the wolf, namely sending people home or scrolling out and looking at a distance, and hopefully not confusing them with the elephants or the sheep that wander around as well. If the player can't find the wolf in time, or they don't have enough faith, eventually they will catch and kill the villager, as indicated by a grave marker. Ultimately, the goal of the game is to keep your village alive and to make it as large and powerful as possible, hopefully getting to the point that you can spread to other parts of the world. This has been my game prototype. Thank you so much for watching.